Wait. This is my first notebook. What is this? Clear writing is the sign of clear thinking. Well, at 20, I wasn't thinking very clearly. I can attest to that. I was doing other stuff. But it is the ultimate self-improvement hack. That's why I want you to be able to write well, so you can think more clearly. And it helped me a lot in my life. And I wish I knew these three things about writing when I was younger. So I started writing at a rather young age, but not as young as I might like. If I started earlier and if I took it a bit more serious, it would have helped me a lot more. So in this video, I want to discuss 3 things that have helped me in my life with writing. And the last one is the most important and the most common misconception as well. The first one is that it is the ultimate self-improvement hack. If you learn to write, you learn to think. For most people, their writing ability is their bottleneck. So most people are not very methodical in their writing, and I wasn't either, by the way, so don't get me wrong here. But after, I'd say, 15 years of writing every day and making a living with my writing, I ascribe most of my success to my writing capabilities, but it didn't come natural to me. I had to work for it. My first writing was rather bad, to be honest. And still, English is my second language. I do make my living writing in English. So if I can do it, I think you can too. Your pen is your greatest earner, and that makes it your biggest bottleneck as well. If you remove that bottleneck, all of the ideas and all of the potential of your brain gets unlocked. But first we need to remove that bottleneck. And it's easy to remove if you know how to write well. And that in turn is easy if you know where to start. So this video is a quick pointer to some of the resources I have created to help you get started with that. You can make a lot of money with your pen or your keyboard, it doesn't really matter, but nowadays almost everything is writing. The more digital we get, the more writing we will do. Writing is getting more important as a result of that. Almost all interactions we have with people and with the system and government nowadays, with corporations, almost all interactions are based off of text and writing. And if you have the ability to write well and communicate clearly, you will have a very big advantage to other people. Writing well helps you to save yourself time, help to save other people's time, and people will be grateful for that because a lot of people are pretty long-winded, and being able to get to the point is a very valuable skill. The second thing I wish I knew at 20 is that writing is about the reader and not about me. When I'm writing in my rather chaotic notebook, this was in the day I only used ballpoints. I actually have one here. I exclusively use these black big ballpoints. Yes, I was a snob back then already. I've since then upgraded to the magic wand community. Well, what I was doing when I was writing these chaotic notes, I was writing about me, to me. It's all notes to self, this. And as I grew older, I started to write more to other people and to help other people. And nowadays I take less notes because most of the things I think are not that interesting, actually. But what is interesting is helping others using your writing to help clear things up for people, to answer questions for people, to provide value to them, to summarize things, important and difficult to understand information. There's a lot of things you can do to provide value using your pen. You can translate, you can summarize, you can condense, you can popularize. All these things require good writers and good communicators. If you post stuff on social media, it doesn't even need to be text. If you post videos, shorts, TikToks, stuff like that, All these things require you to write well. All these things use the same principles you use when structuring a text. You structure the video, you set up a hook, a punchline. You think of ways to serve your reader or viewer. Writing is about the reader. All these things, communications in general, is about the reader. It's understanding why they came to your video or text in the first place. This is what I call the reader's intent. If we understand the reader's intent, we can satisfy it. And if we satisfy the reader's intent purposefully, they will be engaged and they will want to read on. If we don't do this intentionally, by the way, if we drag it out, if we take people on a ride and take them hostage in a way, or their attention, that is, people won't be happy to listen to us. So if you understand that writing is about the reader and not about what I have to say, but what the reader needs to hear, I think you can help a lot of people and also be quite successful at it. The third thing I wish I knew at 20 is that anyone can write well. So most people, when they think of writing, they focus on prose, on finding the right words. This is not a very fruitful activity because most of the gains to be had with writing is when we focus on structure. And when I finally understood this and started to learn structure, my writing skyrocketed. It got better 10 times overnight. In the comments the other day, somebody said, I go on instinct when writing something. And, well, I used to too. And if you don't need to write that much, that might seem fine. However, learning how to structure a text well is very easy. It's very quick. You can do it in a couple of hours perhaps. Maybe a little bit more. But if you know the fundamentals, you're 80% there. But if you are going on instinct, you are probably still making the number one most common writing mistake. And it's so easy to fix. You can fix it by watching just this one video. So please do.